All right, so picture this, right? You're finally kicking back and on those retirement years they worked so hard for. Beaches, travel, the whole 9 yards.
The dream.
Right, but then, bam, some unexpected health issue throws a wrench in the whole thing. Turns out it's not all that unlikely either. Something like 70% of people over 65 end up needing long-term care. Pretty sobering thought, huh?
Yeah, for sure. And not just emotionally, financially too, right?
Right.
I mean, we're talking about average costs for a nursing home exceeding, get this, $108,000 a year.
Whoa!
Yeah, and that's not even considering assisted living, which can still be over 54 grand annually. These kind of costs, I mean, they can totally wipe out someone's savings.
Absolutely, yeah. Not exactly the retirement anyone's hoping for.
Nope, not at all. And that's why we're going to take a deep dive into this EquiTrust Bridge Annuity today, see if it might be, a potential solution for folks.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. It's clear from those numbers alone that planning for these costs is, like, essential, right? Not something to just ignore and hope for the best.
Yeah, for sure. And traditionally, long-term care insurance has been the go-to, right?
Right.
But that comes with its own problems, right? Premiums can be pretty hefty, and they can actually increase over time, too.
Oof, yeah, that's not ideal.
And then there's also, what is it, the use it or lose it thing?
Ah, right, right. So you could pay all those premiums for years, and if you don't end up needing care, poof, it's all gone.
Exactly. So not exactly the most appealing option for everyone.
So how does this EquiTrust annuity, how does it handle things differently? I notice in the material it mentions something called tax-deferred growth and some kind of built-in long-term care benefits.
Yeah. So that's actually where it gets pretty interesting, I think. It
Okay.
directly addresses, some of those downsides we were just talking about with the traditional long-term care insurance. So instead of potentially losing everything if you don't need care, the money you put in actually grows tax deferred.
Interesting.
So you don't pay taxes on the growth until you take it out. That allows for, your investment to potentially compound more quickly. And get this, if you do end up needing qualified long-term care services, you could actually double or even triple your initial investment to cover those costs.
Someone double or even triple? Wow. Okay, can you give me an example of how that would, work in real life?
Yeah, sure. So imagine you invest, say, 50 grand in this annuity. Down the road, you need long-term care. Well, this annuity could potentially provide 100,000, maybe even 150,000 to pay for it. So it's like a massive safety net, especially compared to that traditional insurance where it's like you might just lose everything if you never use it.
Yeah, that's a pretty huge difference.
Yeah, right.
One other thing I saw in the material that caught my eye, it mentioned simplified underwriting. What's that all about?
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. So basically, it means you might not need to go through a full-blown medical exam to qualify.
Okay.
Which can be a big deal for people who, maybe they have some pre-existing conditions and have been turned down for that traditional long-term care insurance before.
Right, right. Opens up more options for them.
Exactly. It gives them a way to have that safety net, the long-term care protection.
Yeah, it sounds like it's not even just about having the money when you need care, but also just, protecting your savings in general so they don't get completely drained.
Yeah, exactly. Like peace of mind is huge, right?
It's huge.
Knowing that you're protected.
Exactly.
And we can't forget the whole landscape of care is changing too, right? Medicaid eligibility is getting tougher and costs for all types of care, whether it's in-home assisted living or those nursing homes, they're all going up, up, up.
Yeah, I've seen reports about that too.
Makes an annuity like this, makes the benefits even more attractive, you know what I mean?
It does, it does. So are there any, things people should really keep in mind when they're trying to figure out if this annuity is right for them?
Oh, yeah, definitely. There are a lot of potential benefits here for sure, but you got to think about your own individual situation, your risk tolerance.
Right, not one size fits all.
Exactly. So, you got to ask yourself, where does this annuity fit in your overall retirement plan? What are your goals? Things like that. Those are questions to, bring up with a qualified financial advisor, someone who can really give you personalized advice. Actually, the material mentions diversified insurance brokers. They seem to really know their stuff when it comes to these annuities.
Oh, good to know.
Yeah, might be worth checking out.
Okay, good tip. So I think, this has been a super helpful deep dive. We've covered a lot of ground.
Yeah, I think so.
But it's just a starting point, right? I think, doing your own research and getting that expert advice is still super important before you make any big decisions.
100%. Can't emphasize that enough.
So as you're thinking this through, what's the key question people should be asking themselves?
Well, I think the big one is, how does this annuity potentially fit into my retirement strategy and my personal needs and goals?
Yeah, good one. Okay, lots to consider for sure. Well, I think we'll wrap things up there.
Sounds good.
Thanks for joining me today.
My pleasure.
And for everyone listening, remember knowledge is power, especially when you're planning for a secure future.
Couldn't agree more.
So keep learning and stay informed. All right, see you next time.
See ya.